This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It is a 2014 Ford F150 crew cab short bed. It's a 5.0 V8, gas V8. It's two-wheel drive. It's an XLT. It has 1,500 miles. This is a weird one. I'm out at a dealer auction the other day, and a buddy of mine who runs the insurance stuff for the auction called me aside. He says, "This is the one that only you can afford." And I said, okay. He brings me over this truck, and I'm like, okay, why do you have it? It's not a theft recovery. He says, it's collision. He says, front end and rear end. I said, well, okay, I'm pretty good at this stuff, and that thing looks perfect. And he said, it is perfect. It was minor front end, minor rear end, something happened to it. What was it, State Farm? Yeah, State Farm owned it. They fixed it, which they never do, especially on late model stuff, unless they know they can make it right. They don't even start. They fixed it, gave it the keys to the guy, and the guy didn't like the repair. So, we have been all over this thing, and it is perfect. The only thing we could find, we found a sticker behind the wheel on the driver light. I'll show you in a second. I think that the passenger bedside has been painted and the passenger rear door, and there's just a little bit of overspray. Like the painter did better than factory. I mean, it's great paint, but he didn't take the moldings off around the passenger window. There's a little bit of overspray on that window, and that is the only evidence I could find. We've had this thing up in the air. We have looked this thing over like you would not believe it. Other than sitting forever while they adjudicated this and finally wrote this crybaby a check, it needed a battery. The battery wasn't holding jumps. It had been, open and closed and run and blah 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 so many times. It needed a new battery. And also, when it was at the auction, someone stole one of the center caps, so we have that ordered for the passenger rear wheel. Other than that, that's what it is. So they took it back, State Farm took it back with 550 miles on it. So the guy, and then I'm guessing that the reason it has 1,500 miles is someone decided they would drive it for 1,500 miles. And then they said, well, we have to sell it eventually. And so they sold it. Now it's got 1,558 miles on it. And somebody's going to make a smoke and buy on a really nice truck. And it's on a salvage title for those reasons. It has nothing, it wasn't salvaged because it was wrecked. It was salvaged because the person rejected the repair. That, in my opinion, if I could get a painter or repair shop to do this kind of work on my stuff, I would be thrilled. It would be the greatest thing ever. So I'm sure that whoever was the brunt of this guy's ridiculous behavior probably really hates him. I'm gonna try. I don't even know if the camera will pick this up, but right on the very edge of that molding, you can see a little bit of overspray, just a tiny bit. They should have just, they made a mistake. They should have taken this molding off and painted the door. I don't know why they didn't. They're such good painters. I don't know what the heck they were doing. It's a beautiful truck. They did a great job. And the sticker I was referring to is right here. So this piece looks like a new piece. That's the only evidence I can see on this truck. And of course somebody stole a center cap, which when you keep it around a bunch of cars and people are walking around it, they're gonna steal them every time. Anyway, my brother's gonna take probably 40 or 50 HD pictures. There'll be a little device that'll allow you to zoom in. Please use that. Zoom in on the pictures, check it out. It's pretty cool. It's like having your face like right up against it. There's no reason to have any doubt about what you're seeing. It's a pretty cool little deal. You wanna know why your insurance rates are so high? Stuff like this guy should, I don't know. It's ridiculous. I cannot believe that they let this stuff happen. You have a remote. There's the locked, unlocked. I'm gonna fire it up. show you under the hood. We tried to find stuff that they did under the hood, you know, and the front end, because they said front and rear end. But it's easier said than done too. Alright, there's our new battery. That's the extent of our repairs other than waiting. So you still have the Ford stamps on the fenders, which generally indicates that everything's original. It's very straight. Floor support looks good. I don't know. You know, there are difficult people in the world. It's a truck. You know what I mean? It's a truck, so I'm not really sure why. A white truck, no less, so he's probably going to use it as a truck. You would have thought he would have been at least smart enough if he was going to bitch about it to maybe say, hey, give me, you know, a couple $1,000s and I'll take it. It's even got the stickers still, these little things that hang on the headrest. It all works. Pretty silly, but that's kind of what I do. You know, we looked on the internet trying to find before pictures. We tried to do everything we could. We Googled the VIN, we did everything. I asked my buddy there, he asked around. They just know that that State Farm thought it was fine, handed him the keys, and he started bitching. And if you don't know this already, you can bitch your way right out of your car. So maybe he just didn't want a truck anymore, and he was just going to use this as an excuse. I don't know. But it's crazy, really crazy. Window, door locks, power seat, forward, back, up, down. It's brand new. You've got pedal adjusters. That's down. That's up. What else? I can tell you one thing, the air is blowing ice cold, and that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Get the center console here. Seatbelt. Adjust my seat a little bit here. I totally forget how this works here. Let's see. Gauge mode. That. Let's see. Trip mode. Fuel economy. That. Trip gaps. Settings. All that. My key. I guess you could program the keys so that you have settings on them for speed limits and stuff. For kids, systems check, blah, 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 blah. We took out the battery and changed the battery, so that's probably why that's not 100% or something. What else? So that's that. The tow haul. That's that right there. On and off. Let me go back here to gauge mode. Let's see, radio. Gosh, how do you work the radio? There it is. I think I know how to work a radio, right?
Ahora en Fry's, compra unos del...
Radio works fine, obviously. CD player here. The air is blowing ice cold. Let's see. It's recirculating. Defrosters. This thing's sweet. You got the sink. I guess it's right in here somewhere. There it is. Alright. Let me turn this fan down so you can hear me. Let's see, we got radio here too. Let's see, turn on the power.
7 para recibir tu consulta a mitad de precio.
That's the steering controls. Alright. So all that stuff works fine, obviously. Anyway, this is a hell of a truck. We just sold a couple, a 2012 and a 2011, both two-wheel drive, with many times this mileage, and both of them sold within a week. Very popular. Both of them had 5.0s. Actually, one of them had 5.0s, one had a 3.5. Anyway, this truck won't be around long, obviously. You're going to save a ton of money because of the paperwork. If you're fine with what I just told you about it, I will tell you that the warranty is voided because of the salvage history. We already called it in, it's voided. They do that with all of them. Only Lexus and Toyota will keep their warranty in effect. That is normal. Wow. This one might be going home. I was going to take the Chevy home that I just did a video of, but I think I'm going to take this one home. This is even nicer than the Chevy. So, anyway, if you come here to drive it home, you've got to have plates of insurance. You can't get them on a salvage title. So we have to take it to Motor Vehicles and get a level 3 inspection. That's $200 for us to do that for you before you get here or before it ships out. Then we have a $250 dock fee. Then we have taxes. Taxes are 2% city sales tax here in Tucson plus whatever your state tax rate is. So, for example, if your state tax rate is 3%, and you fly in here or drive here, you're going to pay 5% tax. That's your 3 plus R2, a $250 dock fee, and $200 to restore the title. If you pay by wire and ship, all you pay is the agreed upon price, and that's it. Unless you want us to restore the title, which I highly recommend, add $200 and we'll do that for you before it ships out. If you pay by wire and ship, we will fill in the title with your name or company's name and address, notarize it, scan it into your online file, and mail it to you. Once you receive the mail and the truck shows up at your front door by the shipper, you'll take that stuff down to your motor vehicle and get yourself title and insurance and plates and all that stuff that you need in your state. We scan all that stuff into your online file so you'll see it before it even mails out. We scan in the notarized title, we scan in the envelope that we mail it in. You'll see the title that I just showed you from State Farm. You'll have the Carfax, you'll have everything. Everything we know, you know. There's no secrets here. We did not see what the truck looked like before. So, you know, I wish we could. We tried to find pictures of it. It's so brand new that there aren't any. So we don't know what happened to it. We're guessing, but we're also guessing. One thing that's not a guess is the guy who owned this thing must have been a real beauty. That guy wasn't very smart and not very nice. He should have bought this thing back and said, you know, give me a couple $1,000 and I'll drive the truck, because there's nothing wrong with the truck. Anyway, let's see, what else? Warranty. Like I said, the warranty's gone, unfortunately. We don't know what happened to it, so there is some risk involved. We honestly don't know. If you don't like risk, please don't buy anything from us. We don't know what happened to this truck. It's obvious by how it drives and what it looks like that it wasn't as bad as we think, or as they thought. The person who was, you know, the victim of this, or whatever you call it. The insurance company didn't think it was a big deal because they fixed it. But like I said, we don't know. So if something's wrong, it's yours to deal with, okay? Just keeping it real. Thank you for your time.